Welcome to the Community College of Philadelphia. It's truly an honor and a pleasure to gather here today with leaders, partners, and advocates who share a common belief that education should be the pathway to opportunity for everyone. We're especially grateful to be joined by distinguished representatives from Governor Shapiro's administration as they prepare to make an important announcement here, expanding support for SNAP recipients across the entire Commonwealth. Deputy Secretary Wah Pham from the Pennsylvania Department of Human Services and Deputy Secretary Patricia Blumenauer from the Department of Labor and Industry, we thank you for being here and for making the trip from Harrisburg. We are proud that you chose the Community College of Philadelphia to share this important announcement. I also want to recognize Helen Pizarro, Director of the KEYS program. She just did a tremendous job of leading us on a tour, showing all of our exceptional student support services areas and really talking about how do we really support our students, particularly with basic needs. If students can't have their basic needs met, how can they work towards their education? And the work that she leads and so many other leaders across this campus to support our students in basic needs and support services are truly appreciated because you're making a true difference. We are an educational institution, but what truly defines this college and the community that we've built around our students are the advisors, the counselors, the staff, and the partners who ensure that every single student knows that they belong here. And not only that they belong here, that they're going to succeed and they're going to meet and exceed the goals that they've established for themselves. I would also like to thank Representative Malcolm Kenyatta, Billy Barnes from Philadelphia Works, and Dr. Seth Jacobson, our community partners, and everyone here today for your continued commitment to our students. Before today's announcement, I want to share why programs like SNAP are so important to our college community. Over 4,000 of our students or their parents receive SNAP benefits currently. Behind those numbers is something that we really cannot ignore. A recent survey conducted by the Hope Center for College Community and Justice at Temple University found that 75% of our students have experienced food insecurity, housing insecurity, or homelessness. More than half of them reported not knowing where their next meal would be, and nearly 1 in 4 had to skip a meal, an entire day of eating a meal, because of the financial strain that they were under. These are not statistics, these are our students. And when students are worried about basic survival, about food, about housing, about stability, it becomes nearly impossible on the promise that education holds for their future. They can't focus on that. This is why programs like KEYS, Keystone Education Yield Success, I love that, are so powerful. Through this program, students receive SNAP and TAMF, and they gain access to tutoring, advising, career guidance, transportation assistance, child care resources, and the dedicated staff who will help them navigate all of the challenges that they receive and experience and help them to stay on track. For many of our students, KEYS is more than a program, it's a lifeline. At a time when many of these essential supports face uncertainty, today's announcement represents something larger than policy. It represents a commitment to students, to families, and to the future workforce of the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. We are deeply grateful to the Shapiro administration for their leadership and partnership in ensuring that students across the entire Commonwealth have the stability that they need to pursue their education and achieve economic independence. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce Deputy Secretary Wah Pham from the Pennsylvania Department of Human Services, who will share more about this important initiative.
Good morning, everyone. Try it again, it's a Friday. We're an educational institution. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And a very, very, very warm thank you to you, Dr. Marshall, and Interim Vice President Dr. Seth Jacobson, Keys Director. I'm just going to say it all over again because we had such a wonderful tour this morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Helena, to you and your team, and for the entire team here at CCP Community College of Philadelphia for welcoming us here. We have so greatly appreciated your partnership here at the Pennsylvania Department of Human Services and all of the work that you have been doing to support SNAP recipients in Philadelphia and throughout the Southeast Pennsylvania region through the KEYS program and ad nauseum, all of the things that we saw this morning during your tour. We're absolutely grateful for the opportunity to tour your best-in-class spaces this morning. And unfortunately, we have some time here together this morning to discuss some recent federal changes to SNAP, and I think really drill down on some important work that we can do together to ensure that Pennsylvanians can meet their most basic needs. Say it loudly with me. The basic need of putting food on tables to feed themselves and their families. The KEYS program that you heard Dr. Marshall reference earlier is available to anyone who receives SNAP, and KEYS provides educational and social supports to students who participate in certain public assistance programs like SNAP or TANF, otherwise known as cash assistance, to help them succeed in their community college or other training programs, access the education and training they need to pursue their goals, not what we tell them, but to pursue their goals, to succeed in the workforce and set them up for success in connecting to careers that help them sustain themselves and their families. This is what it's all about. And this program, KEYS, is available to 14 community colleges throughout the Commonwealth. And this is especially important now more than ever. That's because of recent federal law changes that are now requiring new things for certain individuals to keep or receive SNAP benefits. They are related to work and reporting requirements. And this is all thanks to the One Big Beautiful Bill Act that was signed by President Trump just last year in July 2025. These new work and reporting requirements apply to Pennsylvanians who are between the ages of 18 and 64 years old, do not have a dependent child under the age of 14, and who are considered physically and mentally able to work. What this means is those Pennsylvanians who fall under those buckets need to meet certain work and reporting requirements. That's working, volunteering, or participating in an education or training program, like KEYS, by the way, for at least 20 hours a week or 80 hours each month, and this is the important part, and report that they are meeting that requirement to DHS in order to continue to receive their SNAP benefits. SNAP recipients who do not meet that work and reporting requirement, again, meet that 20 hours a week and 80 hours a month, and tell DHS that they are doing those things, will only be able to receive SNAP benefits for up to 3 months during a fixed 3-year time period. That's huge. And it's unacceptable for us to imagine a world where people cannot feed themselves because of work and reporting requirements. So DHS and the Shapiro administration is doing everything that we can to make sure that SNAP recipients are able to understand and to meet those work requirements. So SNAP Employment and Training, or ENT, as everything needs an acronym. So those SNAP ENT programs, like the KEYS program housed here at the Community College of Philadelphia, are just a really, really crucial way and pathway for SNAP recipients to meet those work and education and reporting requirements, to help people meet those hours requirements and then, of course, report them to DHS. I cannot stress enough that those SNAP ENT programs, again, like the ones, like the KEYS program here housed at CCP, not only help SNAP recipients connect to those vital services that help support students to succeed, but again, also help them meet those federal work requirements. I have to stress, we cannot allow, and we will not allow, students, Pennsylvanians, to lose access to vital food assistance because of these work and reporting requirements. There's real risk that stricter administrative requirements, paperwork, and burden will cause people to lose access to their benefits. We've seen this time and time again, not just in Pennsylvania, but in other states that have implemented similar work requirements in other public assistance programs. They do very little to help set up people for long-term economic success. What they do is pose real barriers to people to stay connected to the vital services that they need. So let's be clear, today and in the months ahead, we will not allow people to lose access because they're not eligible. And that asterisk of that reporting requirement, that is the moment that we need to meet. I think we can all agree, I'm seeing lots of head nodding in this room, that someone losing access to their SNAP benefits or further down the line, perhaps even their health care coverage because of paperwork and red tape is unacceptable. And some of us in this room alone may not need to worry about where our next meal comes from, but some of our neighbors do, some of our family members do, our community members. We need to make it easier, not harder, for them to get access to food. Having enough to eat and having access to nutritious food should not be a luxury. It's what helps us be healthy enough to learn, to work, to raise our families, to live with dignity, which is something we all deserve. And so today, really, really excited to share ways that we can help Pennsylvania SNAP recipients meet these new requirements. As I said before, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act that was signed into law by President Trump in July 2025 has introduced these new work and reporting requirements. And in response, DHS has been working tirelessly to streamline and simplify systems, make that bureaucracy, that administrative red tape, as easy as we can, especially through our websites. And we've already made several improvements to our Compass public-facing eligibility systems that improve our customer experience, our application tracking process, and to ensure that all eligible Pennsylvanians can receive the benefits that they're entitled to and are eligible for. Today, I am happy to announce that we're instituting yet another program to help meet the needs of SNAP recipients and bring more community education and workforce development partners across the Commonwealth into our SNAP employment and training programs. DHS is now officially able to certify more schools, more workforce programs as part of our SNAP ENT program. By meeting just a few simple eligibility criteria, education and workforce development programs can now apply to be a part of that SNAP employment and training program. What that means is we will have more tools in our toolkit across the Commonwealth, introducing more job training programs, more education programs to be an eligible pathway for SNAP recipients to meet that work requirement. And I think the better that we can streamline and create access to these good quality education and job training programs for SNAP recipients, the better. Again, the last thing that we want to see happen is someone who is a SNAP recipient who has to meet this work requirement say, hi, DHS, or any number of our partners across the Commonwealth to say, I want to engage in a job training program, but I don't know where to go. That is unacceptable. And today we are so happy to announce that we are opening up the curtain, opening up the umbrella, and inviting more education and job training programs to formally request to DHS to bring their organizations, their job training programs, their education programs to be reviewed and approved and add to our SNAP ENT list. So again, highly encourage, if your education program enrolls SNAP recipients for at least half time in credit hours, or if your training program offers participants 20 hours per week and under a sort of, again, finite list of qualifying employment and training services, you might already be eligible to be a DHS certified ENT program. Highly encourage you, if you are all listening, get in contact with us, fill out that form, get your review, and ideally get your approval so we can add you to a centralized list so that, again, SNAP recipients can access that information. The eligibility and criteria and the application form that, again, if you are a job training program or an education program or interested in engaging, please, please, please visit our website, www.dhs.pa.gov/work. I could probably speak ad nauseum about this, but I've got a really, really wonderful speaker next up on the line that can speak more strategically, more cogently about the really excellent opportunities that stand before us in the job training sector. So I'm very, very happy to turn it over to my colleague, Patricia Blumenauer, Deputy Secretary for Labor and Industry.
Good morning, everyone. It's really great to be here today at the Community College. A big thank you to Deputy Secretary Pham and to all of my colleagues at DHS, and thank you, Dr. Marshall, and the team here at the Community College for your leadership and for graciously hosting us this morning. These new federal work requirements impact SNAP recipients here in Philadelphia and across our Commonwealth, and I applaud DHS for launching this new certification program. From the Department of Labor and Industry standpoint, our focus here is simple and straightforward. When requirements change, we want to make sure that Pennsylvanians have real pathways to succeed. But let me be clear, the work the Shapiro administration is doing isn't just about meeting a requirement. It's about connecting people of all backgrounds to opportunities that lead to family-sustaining careers. That's where the PA Career Link comes in. Across Pennsylvania, PA Career Link centers serve as our front door to employment and training services. Our staff is there to work one-on-one with people looking to identify career goals, to connect them to education and skills training, to provide resume and interview support, and to match them with employers who are hiring right now. SNAP recipients who need to meet work requirements can use PA Career Link to help them quickly plug into qualifying work, training, or education opportunities, like the opportunities that the Deputy Secretary mentioned. Our team at L&I is working closely with DHS to make sure the process is as smooth as possible. Our agencies are sharing information, aligning services, and ensuring that when someone walks into a PA Career Link, they understand how this helps them to maintain their benefits. The administration is committed to being proactive. We don't want anyone to lose benefits because they didn't know where to turn. Another tool in this effort, and one Governor Shapiro has been clear about supporting and investing in, is apprenticeship. Registered apprenticeships allow folks to earn while they learn, receive paid hands-on training, gain industry-recognized credentials, and move directly into high-demand careers. Apprenticeships are especially effective because they meet work requirements while building long-term economic mobility. Participants are employed from day one, earning a paycheck, building skills in industries that are powering Pennsylvania, like healthcare, IT, advanced manufacturing, construction, and more. For someone receiving SNAP, an apprenticeship isn't just a way to maintain eligibility, it's a pathway to independence and stability. And really, that's the broader vision. Yes, federal law has changed, but our responsibility as state agencies is to ensure Pennsylvanians are supported through that change. We're strengthening workforce partnerships. We're making sure that individuals who are willing and able to work have every tool they need to succeed. To anyone who may be affected by these new requirements, our message is clear. We're here to help. We want you to succeed, and we're committed to making sure opportunity is within reach in every community across Pennsylvania. Thank you, and now I am going to be passing it off to Gisela Lopez from Philadelphia Works, Senior Manager of Adult Workforce Systems.
Good morning. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, both Deputy Secretaries. It's an honor to be here and an honor to share information about the PA Career Link system in Philadelphia. As Patricia graciously mentioned, I am the Senior Manager of Adult Workforce Systems for Philadelphia Works, which means that I oversee the PA Career Link centers with my amazing team at Philadelphia Works. So we work and partner with all of our PA Career Link vendors. And within the PA Career Link centers, there are integrated centers, which means that we have Title I services and also TANF services within the PA Career Link center. And within the Career Link centers, we have the EARN centers. And within the EARN program, we have individuals that are there ready to help not only TANF receiving customers, but also customers that are receiving SNAP benefits. Yes, we have seen an increase of individuals coming through our doors, and we're excited to see that we're there to provide support and help them in every way that we can. Within the EARN centers, we redesigned, I think it's about over 5 years ago, and there is a more customer-focused, goal-centered model that we have implemented where it's really about the customer. So any customer coming in through the doors, they have access to specific pathways. One pathway may be career exploration. You're coming in through the doors, you're not sure what you want to do, we're here to support you with pretty much job search, community service, and having those robust conversations and supporting them in finding the path that they need or they want to go on. So it's really geared by the customer. Also, we have employment and training services where we're having those, education and training, my apologies, services, we're having those robust conversations about what type of training do you want? Have you researched the industry, and having conversations to guide them and support them as to where they need to go for training. If they are a SNAP customer, we have it covered where we have Title I services also in-house. So if they're not eligible through SNAP because of the requirement, we do co-enroll so that they're eligible through Title I services. So we are there to support and also co-enroll. What is amazing about having an a center where we have both services are integrated is that we can really utilize and leverage all of the resources that we have internally to support the customer holistically. There's also employment and placement, so they do have a robust team at each of the Career Link centers, which there are 4 throughout the city of Philadelphia, and each of the centers have business services team that work in tandem with a business services team at Philadelphia Works, and also we have a non-brick and mortar partner within the PA Career Link system, which is system-wide services that provides also employment services, more large-scale employer services for individuals coming through the Career Link Center. It is really an honor to be servicing our customers at the centers. We are looking forward to continuing the service, to also building a more robust service for our customers. I am actually in the process of having a meeting with these site administrators so that we can really fine-tune different avenues for the customers that are coming in for Earn SNAP. Yes, they're welcomed. We're excited to welcome them to each of the Career Link centers, and we're here to support, and it doesn't stop there. We will follow up with them for over a year to provide the support necessary, and sometimes even after the year. I come from a Career Link center, so I can say that we do keep in touch with our customers throughout the city of Philadelphia. So I thank you again. Thank you for all of the work that you're doing. And yes, there is a huge need, and I'm truly excited to hear about this initiative and what is to come. I have an introduction. Zoe Schubert is a CCP student involved with the KEYS program, CCP Student Government Association, first vice president, a learning lab tutor, and president of our biology club. She is a double biology and chemistry major. I'd like to introduce Zoe Schubert.
Good morning. Yeah. Thank you for the introduction, Ms. Lopez, and thank you everyone for attending. My name is Zoe Schubert, and like Ms. Lopez said, I serve as our student government's first vice president. I'm a chemistry and biology tutor, the biology club president, and a second-year student double majoring in chemistry and biology. Today, I'd like to speak on the KEYS program and how it has impacted my time here at CCP. KEYS has assisted me with transportation funding, which helps me buy my SEPTA passes. SEPTA had a fare increase of over 20% last September, which made affording bus fares more difficult for me and other students that I know, increasing the barriers that prevent myself and other students from completing their degrees and moving on in their careers. Not only has the staff at KEYS helped me financially, but they have also given me other connections to help others in my community. For example, right before last Thanksgiving, I participated in distributing food donations to over a dozen CCP students and their families, which was organized by staff from KEYS, Single Stop, and many other programs here. It was a great way to support other students, knowing I helped participate in relieving the burden of food insecurity during the holidays. Through the KEYS program and other resources from CCP, I can afford to spend more time focusing on my education and career building opportunities, such as the biotech, apprenticeships, and research programs I participate in. For example, one of the programs I participated in last summer was an aseptic technician program here at CCP. It was a government-funded workforce development apprenticeship focused on training students in the foundations of industrial biotechnology. As a part of this program, I also received a stipend, which allowed me to prioritize my education and technical training rather than focusing on my finances. Government-funded programs which prioritize economic support, such as KEYS, has given me the opportunity to focus on my civil engagement, education, and career development. As I transition out of my time here at CCP, I feel more equipped and better prepared for my next steps. I plan to start in Jefferson in the fall, where I will continue my studies in biochemistry. After I complete my degree, I know I want to continue working in biotech. I appreciate Governor Shapiro's administration's interest in improving students' access to SNAP benefits. I know firsthand how impactful that support can be. I would like to thank Helena and Ms. Smith from Keys, Belinda from Single Stop, and the other CCP faculty who have helped me advance my academic and career goals. I also want to thank Dr. Marshall for giving me the opportunity to speak with all of you today. Thank you for your time.
Wow, that is a hard act to follow. I think I can speak on behalf of most of the folks in this room when we say, as proud as we are here in the Shapiro administration to support the work of programs like Keys and investing in the work that CCP does, and for all of the staff that have wrapped their arms around and supported its students, yes, thank you, and I am so deeply appreciative of the work that you do. But Zoe, my goodness, your success is yours. And I just want to say, you are such a beacon for the kinds of stories that we hope to, people, students that we hope to support across the Commonwealth. So I just want to say thank you for your time this morning. With that, I'm very happy to open up for questions. I will do my best to lead our pulpit here, but will certainly rely upon my colleagues for any I can't answer. So happy to address any questions. Dumbfounded. Okay, we have been very, very thorough in answering all questions. So I will simply close out by saying we are so, so proud to announce this new pathway and opportunity for more education and job training program providers to be certified as SNAP ENT programs, to be added to a centralized list of opportunities for SNAP recipients to meet their work and reporting requirements. And for anybody who has questions, because I am sure you do, about what these work and reporting requirements may look like, whether or not you may be impacted by them, please check out our website, www.dhs.pa.gov/work. Thank you so much, everyone.
And then we'll head into the press conference after that. Okay, Selena? Ready? Thank you. Yes. All right, going this way.
Can we get ahead of you real quick? Allow students receiving SNAP benefits to continue their education while meeting the program requirements. CME students connecting with Keys work alongside them, because when students have their basic needs met and they're supported, they're more likely to stay focused on their education and persist to graduation. Thank you all.
We also connect students with legal resources. We connect students with free immigration attorneys to get immigration assistance. We are currently now offering free tax services to our students. So we're kind of like a one-stop shop.
And they also fresh produce out there in the hallway. We get fresh produce deliveries every single week, so we give those out to students. But then students are also able to pop in here and get some snacks and food for in between classes. Start a club if it's something we don't have. We have a couple of our lion leaders right here, Gia Kwamir, a few of our rock stars. They're also called to help out with other events.
So we like to do things full circle. All right? So I'm going to show you back here. These are some of our panel people that are housed with us. And they are very well versed in financial aid. So whenever I have an issue with any of our students, I can go right next door to this Becky. So what happens is that students come here once a month and get a box of regular. We run inside the box outside. They are in white and they're bags, things like that.
We also use the courtyard out there.
Yes.
We had our cattle orientation, family
Yes.
reunion. We have a stage there.
And we all know that self-sufficiency is
I also want to recognize Helen Pizarro, Director of the KEYS program. She just did a tremendous job of eating a meal because of the financial strain that they were under. These are not statistics, these are our students. And when students are worried about basic survival,
This morning during your tour. We're absolutely grateful for the opportunity to tour your best-in-class spaces this morning. And unfortunately, we have some time here to glean more cogently about the really excellent opportunities that stand before us in the Job Training Inspector. So I'm very, very happy to turn it over to my colleague, Patricia Blumenauer, Deputy Secretary for Labor and Industry.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's really great to be here today at the Community College. A big thank you to Deputy Secretary Fenn and to all of my colleagues at